You're welcome to Doha. On today's edition of our Discovery, we're going to tell you the reasons why we have so many cats on the street in Qatar. These cats live freely, they have food, they have water. But why are they living freely here in Doha without anyone hurting them? That is what you're going to discover in today's Discovery page. On the streets of Qatar, one can't move without meeting cats that freely move from one end of the town to another. They are the only animals served with food and water along the road. For those that don't feel comfortable on the roadside, they can find their comfort on a tree. In one of the parks where these cats have taken as their home, we met with a Cameroonian who has stayed in Qatar for several years. He told us the reason why these cats are regarded as little goddess.
When I came here in 2013, I was surprised to see so many healthy cats. They were not just healthy, but there were so many. And when I tried to inquire about the presence of so many cats in Qatar, there were very many narratives that came up. The first reason that someone gave me is they told me that many decades ago there was a disease in Qatar, and that for this disease to be done away with, so the government was advised to import cats and deposit it in all the streets in Qatar and in different homes. That was the first reason. Another narrative that I got was that there were so many rats many decades ago, and so to do away with these rats, the government was advised to import cats, and these cats were imported and deposited in every street, and that's why you see that I suspect that the number of cats that are in Qatar are even more than the population.
According to Buba Bethrang, sanctions are given to those who violate the rights of these cats.
There is a law that protects animals that includes cats, dogs, and even honeybees. And if you kill one, you have to pay a fine of 2,000 Qatari riyals, which is almost equivalent to 400,000 CFA francs. So there is a fine for that, even by accident. So we try as much as possible to drive carefully in town.
The treatment given to these cats made us to move up to the Canadian Veterinary Hospital in charge of pets and cats in particular. In our chat with Benumen Sylvain, a veterinarian, he told us that these cats are an important part of Qatar.
Cats or pets in general are considered to be a very important members in the community, and they are treated very respectfully by the locals and everybody. If you see, generally people come here with their pets sick or want to protect them from being sick with vaccination program, which is the vaccines for cats, and they are protected against very important viruses for cats like panleukopenia virus, and they are also given prophylactic treatment vaccination, which all these comprise of the protection they need.
That makes them work 24/24 for any emergency cases.
This is a hospital that is open to every day, even on Fridays. So what happens is the treatment that we give to them is like even in the middle of the night, you get somebody call the emergency number and say that their pets are not feeling well. It's either vomiting or diarrhea or might have been intoxicated, because the cats that they put at home, sometimes they put some toxic substance without knowing, and they get intoxicated by ingesting any of these poisonous substances, and then they tend to be very sick. And they call the emergency number, we have to put an IV catheter, we have to do some blood work. All of this will determine just the same kind of treatment you do for humans.
We are told cats feed normally like humans and have very special diets.
They are compounded from meat backgrounds, some very rich plants like soya beans. Also you have like bone meals, fish meals, all of this, just the same way they go through very serious processing and check-ins and for them to be passed for consumption. And when they go through this process, like here in Qatar, they have other products inspection that they will tell you which product needs to come into the country or not, and such things. It goes through checking as well.
The number of cats found in the street of Qatar might be the reason why rats are missing in Qatar. Cats are the kings in Qatar.